Hi, friends. It's Eric here. Let's talk with famous people. I'm a little upset. I know I used to do this kind of stuff myself sometimes, but Sarah ISFP's incredibly mean scent video. It's like you wouldn't expect that from an FI Dom, okay? She gave a smell for all the 16 types. Everybody got a perfectly normal smell. Like somebody got lavender and somebody got, sandalwood or whatever, except ESTP. So guess what she says ESTPs smell like? Anus. I was just thinking, man, why do ESTPs get all the hate? Sarah ISFP. Everybody else got a nice normal smell. She couldn't, I don't remember how to pronounce the thing that she had to smell for the ENTP. Well, let me tell you, it was a lot nicer than anus. Now, interesting, she describes the smell of anus as somewhat bitter. Had a couple of interesting other descriptors to it. I guess she doesn't think it's quite as gross as I do, but anyway, yeah, I was surprised. You wouldn't expect that from an ISFP. You just wouldn't expect it. So anyway, if you, like me,
paper towels,
object to Sarah ISFP's caricature of ESTPs as smelling like anus, please go visit her channel and leave a comment telling her that's not okay, Sarah ISFP. You watch her sense video and you leave her that comment and you explain to her, hey, around here, we don't talk about people like that. We don't say they smell like anus. Okay, that's not nice. Maybe it's true. It might be true. I'm not going to necessarily just outright deny it. It might be true. The ESTPs smell slightly more like anus than other types.
Yeah.
But that still doesn't mean they smell like anus, okay? Here's a video for it. Here's a link for it. I'm going to put the link right here. I want you all to join me in my outrage over Sarah ISFP saying that ESTPs smell like anus. Is it too late for live streaming? Is that why I only have 2 people here? Octavio Silva's here, though. He counts as at least 3 or 4 people himself, I think.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
Hi. I'm going to make some more coffee.
Good idea. Can I make it?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I will make it right now. But the thing is, Octavio Silva, what I want to ask right now of Rachel, before we get too sidetracked, is, Rachel, have you had a happy visit here? We've been together for almost 2 weeks now.
Yeah, I am.
And would you say that it's been wonderful and spectacular and good?
Yeah, I would. And
I would too.
And true and special.
And just and fine?
And true and special.
And good and just and true and fine and special?
Yeah.
Forevermore, for always? Ceaselessly without stopping.
Oh, I always get the kisses with the eyes open. It means so much to me.
I'm looking as I kiss.
Yeah. And then I have memories of it.
That way I'm less likely to be surprised by something while I'm kissing.
Yes. Which is very smart, actually. You never know what you're going to get.
Like, if I'm kissing you and a meteor is going to hit us, even if you have your eyes closed, we're safe.
It's TE.
Right, because I got my eyes open. I'm looking out for it.
Yeah. Thanks, Octavia Silva. What are you up to? Do you have any projects going on? Art projects?
Well, hopefully he's joining my campaign to stop the awful, olfactory assault that Sarah ISFP has launched against ESTPs everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, meow.
Oh.
Oh, meows and loves and meows and
He
loves and loves and
agrees.
meows.
Oh. She's looking up for Grey Kitty.
I love your meows like I love your house. How do you meow? Nobody knows. You know how to meow, don't you, Octavio Silva?
Someone commissioned you, and you're procrastinating. It sounds like an art project.
Yeah, it does. Uh-oh, if someone commissioned you, that reduces your likelihood of doing it by like 1,000%. Yes, Sarah's being mean to your people, Flo State. I thank you for being here. Finally, somebody who's got a ear to the ground and ready to start some.
Yeah.
Get it? She says that ESTPs smell like anus. She picked a perfectly normal smell for every other type. But what did she pick for ESTPs? Anus. I say no, Sarah ISFP. No. I don't want to hear you saying that. It's not cool. My own daughter is an ESTP. She does not smell like anus, okay? Only her fingers on her left hand. Good to know. I was, I guess, let's see. Right goes to right or what?
Right goes to just shaking hands.
Right goes to right,
yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's safe to just go ahead and shake with the right hand.
Yeah, yep. Right goes to right.
My right's never going to end up in your left is what I'm trying to find out.
Yep.
Not that good with the spatial intelligence, so I got to kind of ask somebody.
And I had to kind of question why you were asking me as well, and then I came to that same conclusion.
Yeah. Same thing as like turning a piece of furniture to get through a doorway. A lot of trouble with that.
Oh my God.
It gives me a lot of trouble.
Me too. It reminds me of this time where Jen and I were she wanted to move her bed, and oh my God, it was a mess. We couldn't get the directions right.
No, turn like this. No.
Yep.
Damn it.
Exactly.
Like that.
Yeah, that's why I kind of let you do most of the movements, and then if you have a question oh, what do you think about this here? I give you my opinion.
Yeah, I try to listen to it instead of just continuing forward as though you had said nothing.
Yeah.
Which is partially what I do. I do that half the time.
You do.
And the other half the time I start to do that and then I go, whoa, wait a second. Hold on. She said words, listen to them and see if maybe that changes your opinion at all.
Oh, I love you.
I'm sorry. I love you too, my sweet potokums. What do INFPs smell like? INFPs are not worthless at all. No, not remotely.
No, they're not.
INFPs smell a little bit like a mix between melon, cantaloupes, and muffins.
Yeah. Grain muffins.
Cantaloupes and whole grain muffins. It's a mix between those two things.
Really good pairing, I think, for INFP.
Yeah. I'm assuming I'm talking about chicks only and what they smell like. Dudes, I don't know what they smell like. They all smell like dudes.
I don't know what an INFP dude smells like either.
Just like ambivalence and procrastination.
Yeah.
INFPs smell like dried tears. Yes. James McDude, you win that contest right there. You have provided the correct answer to the question. What do INFPs smell like?
Yeah.
So please do go visit Sarah ISFP's video and join me in my crusade against her saying that ESTPs smell like anus. INFP dudes probably smell like Dashboard Confessional. What is Dashboard Confessional?
Gosh, Dashboard Confessional is an emo punk pop band.
You know what I just did, Rich? I just realized I just did. You said you were going to make more coffee. I made myself more coffee. I didn't make you anything. Sorry. Sorry. Fortunately, we're intuitive, so we're used to each other doing that kind of shit. Maybe I do it a little bit more than meow. What?
You are in your NE element right now. It's really nice.
Yeah, I'm getting halfway distracted by things.
Yeah.
Octavio Silva's wagging his finger at me. Why are you wagging your finger at me? Who is your age? Oh, is Rachel the same age as you, Taylor? How old are you, Taylor? I'm curious about that. It's interesting. Eric and Flow State. Would you guys say that when a bipolar type starts displaying vulnerable emotions to you, that it typically means anything? To me, it means you're secure or something like that. It's for ENTPs anyway. You either have a chip on your shoulder or you're kind of crybaby. They're drunk ESTPs or sleepy ENTPs. That's another way to put it. That is totally another way to put it, Flow State. And it's probably your NI has really kicked in here, I think, because that kind of sums it up. When bipolar types start displaying vulnerable emotions, they're either drunk ESTPs or sleepy ENTPs. When I get sleepy, I am so emo. But I'm pretty emo even when I'm not sleepy, you know?
Yeah.
I'm pretty moist.
Yeah, you
Are bipolars typically flighty when things get serious? It depends what you mean by getting serious. For an bipolar type, what you consider getting serious might be considered by the bipolar type when things don't matter at all and aren't serious. Yeah, we get flighty. But when things are serious, they're not about feelings, then we take them seriously, god damn it. All right? Like right now, my feelings are hurt on behalf of all ESTPs by Sarah ISFP's cruel indication that ESTPs smell like anus. The flavor of this coffee is both good and hot and delicious and creamy. Why is it so good? Is it because the coffee's so good? No. It doesn't really matter what kind of coffee you get as long as you make it the right strength.
Yep.
What makes this coffee so good is plenty of non-dairy creamer.
Yep. Why don't they make that brand of coffee anymore?
I don't know, but Flow State, you misread Octavio Silva, or Octavio Silva had a typo there. I'm not sure. I think he means flighty, as in like not reliable. I suppose I should reword that as, are people who are avoidant of emotional vulnerability and intimacy usually bipolar? No, or at least people who are bipolar are not necessarily that. And I'm not sure the correlation is very strong. I would not call myself at all avoidant of emotional vulnerability and intimacy. I think that would be a totally inaccurate description of me. I am not avoidant of either of those things.
What?
Emotional vulnerability and intimacy.
No, you're vulnerable.
I'm not avoidant of it either. It's like I'm not necessarily going out and seeking out like, let's all have a dampness party or anything, you know, but in my relationship, I periodically do that. It's very much like a designated feelings time that I set aside, you know. And now we're going to feel. Come on, Rachel, let's go feel. Are those traits typical of any type or just symptom of being unhealthy? Eric's not avoidant, but his emotional displays can be terrible. Says Taylor. Remember, he's an ESTP. He smells like anus.
Is Taylor a 7?
No, he's an 8. He's a little bit tougher than me as a consequence. What would an INFP global domination uprising look like?
Oh my god. Confusion.
Nothing?
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 I was confused. Exactly.
It would look like somewhat more rustling within everybody's rooms than usual. Just FYI, everybody's like. Of course, if you haven't figured it out yet, Sarah ISFP didn't really say that ESTPs smell like anus. That's where the funny is. She said they smell like anus. I just assumed she meant anus, but she could have meant like that licorice stuff too. I'm not sure.
Super.
Oh, anise.
Oh.
Same thing. Same thing. Anise, anus, anus. Same difference.
And I think it's spelled wrong too. I think it's spelled ANIS. The E is not there, so.
No, Rachel, that's
But
not
she
right. It's ANUS. Anus. Okay?
Like your periwinkle one.
Yeah, my anus is periwinkle, for those who don't know. It is the single purest example of the shade periwinkle.
That's so important to me. Did you know that?
My anus is periwinkle?
That's the shade of it.
Right.
Because it's not an easy shade to describe.
It's true periwinkle.
Oh my gosh. That's solvency.
It's spelled, oh my god,
Oh,
Well, I guess it depends who you ask, is what Taylor would say in response to that. Well, I mean, wrong. Taylor, what do you think about being ESTPs having the smell of anise or anise, depending on how you say it? Preferably, I guess it's preferable to anus, but do you feel like licorice is a good smell for you?
That's a good question. Coffee is a good scent for kitty. Ooh. I'll get that from your eye. Got some boogies.
Man, PB really loves you, Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
In all of her life and our life together, me and PB's life together, I've never met anybody else that she is so fond of as you, and except for me. And she got fond of you like right away. Remember when you first got here? It's like it took her a day to get like into you. It's weird. She's almost more affectionate with you than she is with me, even.
Mm.
But you know what? There's no explaining ISFP affections.
No.
There's no logic to it. Why does the cat like you and me better than my dad or something? There's no logic. It's just ISFP FI whim.
Well, I do have one thing that I know that helped me anyway.
What's that?
And maybe it seems to help your dad too. Feeding her.
Well, yeah, sure, that helps.
That seems like an ISFP thing too. Like they do like to eat.
But you know, other people have fed her. Kimberly's feed her.
Oh yeah.
Like PB is the one cat, the one animal who didn't love Kimberly. You know.
She knew.
Yeah, she was my cat. That's why she knew exactly.
Oh. And I know the chain of command. She's Queen Kitty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know.
And Kimberly used to not be very, very positive in her words about PB. She'd say things like PB was not fair and good and just and finding the true. She'd say, no, she's not fair.
You know what? It's just not fair how. Gorgeous. Look at you.
Although, Rachel, we did see earlier today a kitty pageant, a kitty mangeant winner.
Yeah.
The man kitty who participates in man kitty pageants, or kitty mangeants as they're called.
Yes.
And he is a real contender in the kitty mangeant department. I think we can say he's an up and comer or already there, you know.
I think already there is the right terminology for that cat. I mean, I just kept on thinking Pinterest.
Right.
Yeah.
I just kept thinking pinup calendar.
I
could stare at that punk in a Speedo all day.
A Pee-Pee could too. She's having dreams right now.
I think I saw. You know how Kitty's got kind of a secret space and she hides in under the porch here?
Yeah.
I think I saw she had that calendar. I think she has that guy's calendar maybe under there.
How nice. She has a secret area. She can go over there and look at the picture of
And
him.
the thing is, it turned to July. Now, it's not July yet, but July is the most revealing of all the pictures. So.
Yeah, I called you a pinup. I forget what one they gave you.
I think you're mistaking it for the time that we were doing chin-ups.
Yes, that's right. Chin-ups.
Now, Kitty.
See, this is the conflict.
Okay, fine. You're
Kitty
right.
was see.
I will accommodate you. You're right.
Oh, I'm blood. Thank you.
We do flirt sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, we're thinking about maybe tonight, since it's the last night we're here, she's here, we're thinking about maybe going all the way. We could dance until we die. You and I will be young forever.
Thank you.
Thus far, we've just banged on the wall, as per Rachel's father's instructions. We've not engaged in any actual immoral contact of any sort.
Sex through Morse code.
Yeah. Through Telegram, right?
Yep.
You know, I get one, stop, stop. And I said to him back, are you asking me to stop? And she says, no, stop. We say bawling. Is he bawling her? She's foxy. Well, what I say, because I'm a little bit more clinical, is sometimes I have an inclination to make sexual intercourse at Rachel. It's the most neutral preposition I can use.
I love it. I prefer it, actually.
I thrust, you struggle, we stop. Repeat every 20 minutes. Oh, Taylor, you're so silly.
I gotta pee again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I tell you what is absolutely adorable is watching Rachel scooch up her dress and scoot up onto the sink to go pee. Very adorable. It's like, I feel so, she really makes me feel like SE accomplished and, like a ESTP or something. I feel very SE in those areas. Yes, we both piss in the sink. Now she has a little stepping stool she uses to climb herself up onto there in her adorable fashion. But I don't need to do that. It's either that or walk inside the house. If she goes inside the house, she knows she's gonna have, a little history lesson from Dad. Did I ever tell you about the time that I was in Verdun and I dropped my bag of peanuts down the storm drain? And, it's like, okay. I have to go in there and rescue her. Now, the thing is, don't feel bad for my dad. We just went in and put in a very nice dinner's worth of encouraging Dad to tell stories to us and so forth. So, Taylor takes an interesting approach to urination. He drops his pants around his ankles and spins in circles as fast as he can. That's, I bet they would hate you in jail for that. Yeah. May all this will work. Yeah, makes sense. Pretty much in any contest except standing in the middle of an empty field, that's not gonna go over well. No, I'm pretty sure that didn't happen. Tonight, we got to hear the story. I think even Rachel's probably heard the story before about the time that Moose, who was a baritone saxophone player, got so drunk during the concert in France that he fell off the back of the stage by the end of the thing and wasn't there for the third act, like the third set. He was, when it came time for his solo, he was just gone. Like he
drank himself onto the floor.
Yeah, he drank himself onto the floor. I heard this story since I was a kid. Okay? I heard the story 1,000 fucking times.
You played so well. I'm like, because it actually is the first time. It was the first time for me.
Oh, was it your first time with that story? I'm surprised
Yeah.
it took this long for Dad to bust that one out.
That's funny.
Well, that's good. You got the first one.
But I really didn't know that you had that. I was taking it as, hey, this is all new.
Taylor, no, I wouldn't do that. The only time I'll do that is if I'm in the shower. Because I don't want to get pee all over everything. Usually I just have to wait. Think about boring things or whatever. I just want to wait for the morning. The morning stiffness to relieve its stiffness. Well, if I'm an ISTP, I don't really get into these kind of fixes very often. What you mean? What kind of fixes? Like peeing with a boner? Well, that has nothing to do with type. That has to do with gender mostly. Yeah, it's been a very physical day in general. I'd say for me and Rachel, we've had a lot of SI and SE time. Like, resting, drinking coffee, smoking bowls, chillaxing, petting the kitty, reminding the kitty that she's a kitty pageant winner, which is always very important.
It is.
Do you know that women can stop peeing in the middle of their releasing their water flow? Can any of you manly men do this? I can do that, but it's I wouldn't say it hurts, but it's uncomfortable, unpleasant. Well, it's like your body doesn't want to stop right there. It's like, because, it took enough effort for me to release my prostate in the first place.
Yeah. I respect that.
Rachel and I are both kind of slow peers.
Yeah.
And sometimes
I get
take a while.
shy sometimes too. I call it performance anxiety.
You can just stick dirty toilet paper to the wall instead of flushing it. It's so gross, Taylor. Why you gotta be all gross, huh? You want Sarah ISFP's disinformation campaign to stick? Oh, my PNP, so good. And so just and true. And so desirous of loves because we've been away for too long.
Yes. She wanted to go with us.
Yeah, she wanted to go with us to Cheesecake Factory. We went to Cheesecake Factory for dinner, and I had the Renee's special, which is half a turkey sandwich, soup, and a salad. It was pretty good. That's the end of my story.
When you narrow down the Cheesecake Factory and food, kind of is like that.
Renee's special? Sounds like an old lesbian. Hey, you want the Renee's special? Come here, sweet cheeks. Let old Renee have a little bit of time with you. Eric, how I conceptualize my innie is we could talk about things we could do for a bit and then go do it. But if we talk about stuff with little connection to reality, I start to lose interest. That's called STP town. It doesn't help distinguish between I or E. Just talk to Taylor. Taylor's an ESTP. He can tell you maybe better than me if you're an ESTP or an ISTP. Yeah, we used to toilet paper people's houses when we were kids too. And yes, the fathers of the neighborhood despise
my-
this.
Do you like my ring? I think she likes the ring.
And she likes the Rachel. Look
She
at
was
her.
like, I was like petting seeds. She's following it.
Lickety loo. Oh my lickety loo. Would someone mind explaining the beef that's going on with Taylor and Queen's Gambit?
She really likes the ring.
Well, what I would explain
It's a
is that
plaything,
Queen's Gambit
huh?
has successfully created something that there's supposedly a beef about, right? It's like Taylor, I am sure, has the same attitude about the guy as I do, which is, this guy is ridiculous. You know, give him enough credit. Give him credit for stirring up enough nonsense to be in the conversation, but he's yet to actually come and debate me like he says he wants to. He never will. He'll just continue like fluffing about it, you know. Taylor, I'm sure, has a similar attitude towards me, which is, okay, well, if you're gonna sort of turn in your dignity for attention, all right, I'll give you a little attention. That's basically what the guy is doing. He's saying, I'll trade all my dignity for attention. Okay, you go ahead and do that, but if you're trying to position it as something similar to what I'm doing, then you're crazy. The best you can do, the best you can do, you know? At least it's a successful transaction. It's better than the alternative, which is to fail to do even that, you know? It's very good for everyone channel numbers. And speaking of numbers, please, like, I was very surprised if he did engage. If he does, he will prepare at a time.
Thank you.
This is the problem, is you cannot really prepare ahead of time for me. You can prepare some sort of prankish, clownish bullshit or whatever, but I'll yank the plug on that instantly. It's not going to fly. I'm too good a counterpuncher. You can't plan for me. I'll take whatever you say and turn it.
Yeah, you know it's true. I do too.
Don't use stereotypes, Slow State. Cloud. You're such a cloud. Have I ever told you that?
You're like, what's up?
That's my kitty. There she is. She's extremely important kitty friend. If you've never met an extremely regal and important, magnificent kitty pageant winner, today's your lucky day because she's right in front of you. Oh, yes. Oh, the goodness and the truth. Oh, the justice and the fineness. I'm also a felon and have fake diamond stud earrings. Taylor. The correct word is urban, okay? That's the acceptable word we use now. Urban. Even if they live in the country. You're urban.
I do benefit so much from you.
Yes. Is ISFP your beneficiary type?
I think so. Yeah, I'm the benefactor.
No, you're the
Beneficiary?
You're the beneficiary.
I gain from her.
Yeah.
Yep.
PP's benefacting you right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Rachel and I are in full agreement that PP's an ISFP. No, it wasn't. If I had been able to see up your screen, I would have moved the camera. I'm on you. I'm on top of that. Yes, that's true. Chris Chapman has correctly said the words. What a splendidly significant and sovereign kitty friend.
Yes.
Correct.
Oh, that is correct.
It's so correct, Chris Chapman. And look at Sarah Pereira. She's using herbs like fennel. Are you making a lamb chop? Is that why you're using fennel? I'm pretty sure that fennel is mostly used for lamb chops.
Yeah.
And
Pork came to mind, but I think fennel is mostly used for lamb. Yeah,
and fennel juice, of course.
of course.
A tall glass of fennel juice.
Oh God.
Nobody can resist a tall glass of fennel juice. I like to have fennel juice as my beverage when I have my deviled grapes salad with rosemary blossom nectar dressing.
You know, the fancier we make it, the more I want to try it. But that still doesn't make escargot one thing that I want to really try. You know what I mean? It's like caviar.
I like Flow State's answer here about Cloud. He's probably an ambivert who's mostly an ESFP but turns ESTP when serious.
That is the answer.
That's a very intuitive style answer you
It
gave
is.
there, Taylor. I'm about ready to give you honorary intuitard status. You're getting close, okay, Flow State? I'm working towards my honorary censor degree. They say I'm like 1,000 units away still.
You know it. Yeah. Intuitive style sensor.
I actually think you are an intuitive style sensor.
Yeah.
Me, I'm kind of an intuitive style intuitive. Fortunately, Cloud, it doesn't matter what people care about because some people are actually right and some people are actually wrong. And their motives are irrelevant.
Yeah.
What's RB style? Rick Benson. Well, let me see if Rick can come visit us for a second. I'll ask him if he's busy. Hold on.
I'm gonna pull one right now.
Rick, can you come over here? What up, Intutard? Oh, somebody wants to talk to you. Is my bro Taylor there? Yeah, Taylor's there. Sup, Tards? Sup, Taylor? What's going on, dog? It's me, Rick Benson. With this rakish head of hair and refusing to use words like rakish, I am an ESTP. So if you have any questions about ESTPs, how we think, why we kick so much ass, why we run shit around here, you can ask me, Rick Benson. You can ask Taylor. He's my bro. It's like me and Taylor and a bunch of intuitards. Well, that's just because you haven't seen me shake my hair in a jaunty fashion. I can't seem to avoid ENTP words like jaunty. But let me tell you, like Erica, that if you were trying to pick up chicks, I'd be like, "You're bald, old man." But me, Rick Benson, I never even lost a single hair. That's how much testosterone I got. I got so much testosterone that I lost all my hair, went bald, and then grew a whole new set of hair. That's how it could like kick so much ass. That's why. I've got a story about this one time when I was running from the cops, and they were chasing me with helicopters, cars, a whole 9 yards. But that didn't mean I didn't have time enough to pull over real quick and pick up on this one chick, get her in the car, you know, do the nasty, and still manage to get away. You took meds for your high testosterone? Like, here, take some estrogen. You got your testosterone is too high, bro? No, fuck that. If my testosterone is too high, it just means I need to bang. It means I need a pork. Do you remember what you did on New Year's Eve? Yeah, I remember them all. I think it's like a total of 64 chicks I banged on New Year's Eve's. 64, you know. That's from New Year's Eve's age 14 through 33. I'm still only 33. You know, I never get really any older than 33. That's why my hair is like this. My beard gets older, but my hair just stays the same. You know, I keep getting older, but the girls stay the same age. You know? As they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
They
just
do
how it
say
is.
that in that movie. What? I don't even know how to talk to you, Rick Benson.
You don't really talk to Rick Benson. You just listen and you learn.
I came to that conclusion before you even said it.
And
Wow.
you turn around, baby. Let me see you shake that moneymaker, you know? That's pretty. I can see you're swooning right now. You want some of this bone.
Yeah, I do. You know, it's interesting because when you said bone, I was not even thinking bone.
Now, what type do you think this is? Yeah, I'm your ISTJ handyman. You have a problem with your fence? Yeah, my fence has got a hole in it. I can fix that. I got the tools in my car. Okay, well, why don't you go ahead and start? Okay. It could be ISTJ. It could be INTP.
I was thinking INTP at first.
No, bro. It's like, no. You say those things, but really, if you look at the argumentation on the ontological point, it's just an epistemological proof, and it all really collapses down to nails in the hand. Just fuck it, dude. Just like smoke another ball. What? Just a lot of words, a lot of syllables. Okay, Chris Chapin, you've had crass, offensive, and clever remarks delegated to you. Flostate's been with Katie for 7 years. Wow. 7 years. Congratulations.
Good
job, Flostate. That just proves you don't have to be with your dual to be in a lasting relationship.
Exactly.
Okay. Oh boy, I really need to do something about this haircut. It's like I said.
It looks like he just rolled out of bed.
I went in there and I'm like, "Hey, do the best you can with my hair." And she said, "Yeah." She acted like she was super pleased with herself, and I was like, I didn't want to tell her, "Hey, that looks terrible," but
That was so genuine. That was so fucking genuine. It was great. I don't want to tell her it's terrible.
ESFP, Cloud? You're not an ESFP. You're an ESTJ. If you were an ESFP, you'd be more like an ESFP. But you're not really like an ESFP. No, if you were an ESFP, Cloud, you'd be more wacky. You'd be more wacky. You're too serious. ESFPs aren't serious like you. You know ESFP. You're ESTJ. Or ISTJ. You're an ISTJ. You're an ISTJ. You can tell you're an ISTJ. It's like right now you're acting so like you're not even saying anything. That silence is textbook ISTJ. Do ENTJ?
Mm-hmm.
ENTJ is hard to do. I don't really know how to do ENTJ. Chris Chapman, ask Eric a question. What question am I being asked? I could do.
Thanks, babe.
I could do ESTJ. That's an easy one. I don't know. The thing is, here's an interesting thing. There's actually a breathing tube. It's a naturally occurring breathing tube that goes all the way from Rachel's crotch. There's a little hole in the back of her head. So even if my entire face is inside of her body, I can still breathe normally. It's crazy.
That is crazy. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make it to the periwinkle anus.
Yes. Also, I do have it. My anus is periwinkle. Is the color of it. It's in fact not just any periwinkle. It's the true periwinkle, which all other periwinkles compare against to see how close they got to actual periwinkle.
Yeah.
Which is why paint corporations are always paying me to look at my anus. As are clothing designers.
Calvin Klein.
Calvin Klein, for example. Oh, it's a color.
Yeah.
It's defined as the color of my anus.
Yes. It's a difficult color to describe.
Best just look at my butthole and then you know.
I know. It's
Flow state. I met this guy who seemed like an STP on a bus a few months ago. He seemed more TI than SE, perhaps. His name is Paul Friedel, and he has YT videos. He fights people. So, TF you talking about?
Oh, what the color periwinkle, that is what we were talking about.
I'm talking about practice, Cloud. I'm talking about practice. We're talking about the game. We talking about practice.
And that does sound STP-ish.
Lamau. Says email Anthrax. Because he is laughing his ass off. When you lose nerve sensation about 3 inches up there, so you can save your tongue muscles, and that's for your pleasure. 3 inches up there, huh? You lose nerve sensation. Well, no wonder my mid-vaginal nerve gas isn't working. Can I steal your periwinkle story, Eric? Yes, you may. You are welcome to it.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, yes.
Which reminds me, I have an idea I want to give to the world. Maybe somebody else would actually make it to me. But I had a good idea for a business the other day. Or it's not really a business. I guess it's a thing. It's Napster for Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So if you sign up for this idea, then you put your Wi-Fi into this like database of Wi-Fis. And if you're driving around and you've signed up, and people can do the same with your Wi-Fi, and you happen to be in some random place and you pull over, and if somebody near where you're pulled over has that thing set up, then you can just use their Wi-Fi briefly, you know? You could have things built in like, it only lasts for 15 minutes max or something like that, or whatever, figure out the details of how to work it out so it doesn't get abused. But
maybe up to like 30 minutes or so, 45 minutes.
I was thinking it's a way around public Wi-Fi. Like some places have public Wi-Fi. For example, in Hawaii, we went to Oh, I know we didn't go there, but I saw an ad for King's Market, and it said, free Wi-Fi throughout the whole marketplace, which means basically
Wow.
you could sort of walk around and have Wi-Fi. And then also in Berkeley, Cal Berkeley has Cal Visitor Wi-Fi that's free and no password, and you just log in and you got Wi-Fi. It's good enough to live stream. It's not. I mean, it's good enough to video conference. I wasn't actually able to live stream on it, which I don't know if that's some sort of thing that got on it or whatever, but I was able to video conference with it. And it's free and it's public. So most places don't have public Wi-Fi. And really, you got this sort of patchwork thing of bits of space where you can get free Wi-Fi from this, maybe like you're close enough to a Denny's, you log on to theirs for a minute or something. You got all this sort of half-ass shit that happens. You got to go to a Starbucks, free Wi-Fi from this, maybe like you're close enough to a Denny's, you log on to theirs for a minute or something. You got all this sort of half-ass shit that happens. You got to go to a Starbucks. A lot of, it would work in theory. Of course, some people who live near public places would be much more in demand for the Wi-Fi thing.
Yeah, that was a lot of my travel stuff.
But you could also set it up so that whenever you're on it, using it actively, like if I'm downloading something or uploading, it doesn't work or something like that. You can make it like so you never feel it on your end, right? It's like, in other words, when it's convenient and somebody happens to go into my Wi-Fi and I'm not using it, then no problem, they can use it or whatever. But ideally, it'll be like Napster 2 that it would like take half Wi-Fi from one guy and half Wi-Fi from another guy if they had two that were nearby. What's that called? Like LimeWire is an example of it, or Napster, where like you get little pieces of it from different sources. I forget what it's called.
That's probably how Napster was. I never used Napster.
Yeah, that's how Napster was. Back in the day when Napster was proper, those were the glory days of music on the internet.
I believe it.
When you just typed in Napster whatever thing you wanted, and you get a copy of the MP3 in seconds. It was crazy.
Wow.
So good. You get anything you wanted, Anything and everything that existed, you could get by Napster. Would square shit inside of a circle? I don't know. Actually, it's super easy to just say what I want when I am at this stage of life and no longer really a friend, enemy, or sexual partner. Well, you're married, right? So you should be at least still two of those things, hopefully. At most two, I guess I should say. At least and at most two of those things. Napster was cool. I don't know if it was pseudo, nobody made any money off of it. It caused copyright law to be what it is, basically.
I'm your pudding pie.
You are my pudding pie. You're a pudding with a pie inside of it that's filled with pudding. That's a double pudding pie. And the whole pudding with a pie in it that's filled with pudding is enclosed in a pie. Oh, yeah, that shit. It didn't go over very well with people. And like the recording industry sort of stopped doing that right away. It just didn't fly.
What?
People getting sued for like stealing music, quote unquote. It totally didn't fly.
No, it didn't. That's for a while. I'm gonna pee again.
All right. I think it was just fundamentally too risky for the recording industry because you don't want to set precedent that those cases don't fly at all. That in fact, this is not enforceable by any actual civil jury, won't find in favor of the recording industry, that starts to set its own kind of precedent, and they don't want that to happen, you know? There are more than a few creators of content, channel owners getting together on class action suits against YouTube. I mean, the thing is, I don't want a class action suit. I don't want to be part of a class action suit against them. I want my strike removed. And the thing is, I don't want big settlements paid out by YouTube to negatively impact YouTube's basic business model. I think I have the potential to benefit under YouTube's platform if I'm treated fairly. And my objection is I wasn't treated fairly. I don't need punitive damages. I want to make sure that the platform, to the extent that it can be preserved, is something that works and is cool and is democratic and inclusive and all those other good things that I think are good about it. Then, you know, I want to support that. But I'm very glad, thank you for doing so, of looking into it a little bit. It's interesting. It's good to know. This chat is gamma-phobic. Are we gamma-phobic? You have to remind me again. I always get gamma and delta. I can't remember which one's which. Which is gamma?
Question.
Is it NFPs and STJs, or is it NTJs and SFPs? Which one's gamma? Is gamma SFPs and NTJs?
Gamma.
This chat's not biased against gamma. I think it'll be fair to say I'm biased against delta. I talk more shit about NFPs and STJs than anything else, really. I don't mean to. I don't mean to actually be serious talking shit. It's just it's easy to make fun of NFPs and STJs, you know? There's something so earnest and at the same time, like, thick-headed about them.
Yeah,
You know?
thick-headed?
Earnest and thick-headed.
Thick-headed, yes. Huh. Kind of sounds like Bert and Ernie.
Ernest and Thickhead. Ernest and Thickhead are a couple of, that's a good name for a pair of characters.
Yeah.
Have we mentioned, Rachel, the brilliant idea we have for either a Broadway play or a feature film involving an NFP lead character from Berkeley, California, who decides to do what she knows inside is right. She's going to teach dance to the homeless. Now, for those studio executives out there watching who are waiting for my one-line pitch, what is this film? You know, what's my elevator pitch, right? That's the question they ask in the industry. Here it is. Sister Act, but with homeless people and dancing. What do you think, everybody? Can you picture it? Can you picture it? As Diane, let's call her Diane. I think would be a good name for her. Diane struggles with Jake, the alcoholic homeless guy who keeps getting shit-faced drunk when he's supposed to be doing interpretive jazz. And then, you know, at the end, they've got, you know, the right candidate has won the election, and they've gotten the invite to perform at the president's ball. You know, they're gonna do the dance thing, but oh my God, Jake's Jake had some personal thing, like some really bad news happened, a couple of bad things happened in a row, and he had one of those fuck it moments, and he like got busted in the process of almost robbing a liquor store, but he wasn't actually doing it, but somehow, anyway, they're gonna figure it out, and they're gonna end up getting to go perform last minute, but because they stayed home, but then Jake gets out and goes, I got my release paper thing, and then they go, we still have time if we get in the bus right now. And then they just like screech out of the parking lot. And within like 17 hours, they're in Washington, D.C. and they're off the bus. We're here to perform. And then they hear momentary bad news. We heard you weren't going to make it. We've replaced you with this Girl Scout troop over here or something, right? And then guess what happens? The Girl Scout troop gets hit by a bus. And so we need a replacement for the Girl Scouts again. Anyway, this is the name of the dance troupe and the name of the movie. It's going to be a hit. We can get Whoopi Goldberg out of retirement. We can get her to play Diane, the inspiring leader of the troupe. The name of the troupe, the name of the show, the name of the movie. It's not Homeless. It's Home More. Okay? Home More. And there's a great scene at the end when, one of the well-meaning but kind of tone-deaf politicians makes a little speech and says, and I want to just say thanks to these inspiring group of homeless people. And one of those people grabs the mic from him and says, we ain't homeless. We own more. And then they do a little dance move, right? And everyone goes, woo! And screams like that.
We own more.
Okay, what do you think? What do you guys think? Is it the next hit film? Yes. We just got to get Whoopi on board.
Yeah.
For this film to be a hit,
It's so perfect for her to do.
It only requires one thing for this film to be a hit. We just need Whoopi.
Yeah.
We need Whoopi.
Just need Whoopi. It's perfect.
I
Sister
don't watch
Act
Annoying Orange. I don't. No, I don't. It is going to solve homelessness in America. This movie is going to inspire NFPs everywhere to start homeless dance troupes. And I'd like one of the characters to be, severely mentally ill. Like, it'd be played for laughs, of course. Like schizophrenic Jane or something.
Oh, yeah.
Who's always doing weird, crazy things with a little bit of comedy relief in there.
Actually, that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It is.
Because you got it. That shows you're real about it. They're being real about it, you see. The rest of the characters are basically normal people who are down in their luck and, have inspiring stories. But they're being real about homelessness because one of them's an alcoholic and one of them's totally nuts.
Yeah.
Both of whom are mostly played for laughs. Okay, that's
Right.
That's the key there.
Exactly.
Making it all work.
Right.
Okay, we may need a better name for the sheepdog, Winston's mom. We don't need a better name for this movie. Home More will be a runaway hit.
Yeah.
I think it's got an even better chance on Broadway than even at the feature film,
could
probably.
definitely do both.
Get Whoopi to Whoopi can play Broadway.
That Broadway show. Yeah, she did it on Broadway.
Does Whoopi have a Tony yet?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Does Whoopi deserve a Tony? Yes, obviously. A talent like that.
Yo, Sister Act was like the ish.
I know. Do you remember that hilarious line in that one movie she was in when she referred to herself as a small black woman in a large silver box? It was so hilarious. I don't even know what I did with myself at the time. I think I either raffled or I lamowed. I don't know which.
Wow, that's a lot from an ENTP.
And that was before either of those things even were commonplace at all.
Aww. I just remember loving the movie. She was in Ghost too. She was like known for that also.
Was she Patrick Swayze in Ghost? Did she play Patrick Swayze in
The
Ghost?
Ghost merged.
Wait, Did she play Patrick Swayze in Ghost, playing Patrick Swayze in Dirty Dancing? I think she did, didn't she?
Oh my gosh, that. Wow.
I don't remember
That's-
which movie no, it's the other way around. It's the other way around to Winston's mom. It's a small black woman in a large silver box. You got it backwards. She was in a telephone booth at the time. I think it was being taken away by somebody, someplace. It was being taken away. She was in it, and she
that's funny.
called and said, like, help me. I'm a small black woman in a large silver box. Surely you remember that classic Whoopi Goldberg line. I mean, who could call themselves an American without knowing the Whoopi Goldberg catalog pretty well?
I'm impressed.
Oh, that phone booth scene was in Ghost? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Did you know that?
It sounded more right than Sister Act.
Patrick Swayze played Patrick Swayze. She played a steak. Okay.
She played a state that's so like sounding of racist.
I think she played Jennifer Grey, playing Patrick Swayze's girlfriend. And Ghosts in Ghost, there's a play within a play in Ghost. In Ghost, they put on a performance of Dirty Dancing. I'm pretty sure Whoopi Goldberg played Jean Grey's boyfriend's girlfriend in the play within a play of Dirty Dancing within Ghost. If I remember correctly. That was the role she played. Okay, so I wish 999 Green Eyes still make videos. He was such a legend. It's too bad he went to the Slammer. He went to the Slammer? What did he go to the Slammer for? Why did they put him in the Slammer? Did he commit some sort of crime? Was it a slam-worthy crime, or did he just get railroaded like Taylor?
It was because he did one of those flash mob dances.
And he trampled an endangered butterfly or something. Trick question or trick answer email Anthrax. Actually, Patrick Swayze has never played Patrick Swayze in any movie. It's always somebody else playing him, playing somebody else. He normally plays Molly Ringwald. Okay. Usually, if you think you're watching Molly Ringwald, that's Patrick Swayze. Okay. It's hard to keep track of. I know. I forget all the time too.
I feel like one more thing would make the 80s trifecta.
Besides Molly and Patrick?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it would have to be Judge Reinhold, of course.
Good add-on.
Judge Reinhold.
Yeah.
He's easy to forget, but hard to remember.
Yeah.
I mean, he's easy to remember and hard to remember.
Yep. But somehow you still do.
Right. Once it's like, okay, Footloose plus, no, I'm sorry, it's Break-In plus Flashdance equals Footloose.
I have never actually seen the whole thing of Footloose, and that's her stand on that.
No. That's Robin Williams with a Y. She's a lady who I believe now does ESPN. I think so. She's a sportscaster now.
Molly Ringwald?
No, Robin Williams with a Y though. Her name's not Williams, but it's something like Williams.
And she's
a sportscaster on ESPN now.
ESPN now.
She used to play Molly Ringwald when Patrick Swayze wasn't available to play Molly Ringwald.
And that's where the Y comes from? Swayze?
Yeah, it was Robin Williams with a Y who was playing Molly Ringwald in 16 Candles until she sprained her ankle, and Patrick Swayze filled in for the rest of it. Fast Times at Ridgemont High? Phoebe Cates. Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. Actually, I know exactly who you're talking about. I still think, damn, that chick's hot. Like, it was probably maybe a couple years ago that I thought, who was a really hot chick? Was that chick in that one movie? I want to say, I'm gonna look that chick up and see. I probably did that within the last couple of years about that chick and looked it up, and that's the only reason I know who it is
Phoebe Cates.
yeah, it's because I looked like who was that chick in that one scene? Well, not now. Rachel's leaving town tomorrow.
I am. Good night.
Demi Lovato. Demi Lovato, Shmimi Lovato. Is what I'd say about that. I think about ready to wrap this up. How about you?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody. Rachel and I love you very much.
Yes, you do.
And we think you're all kitty pageant winners.
All of you.
In your own Tri-County kitty pageants.
Tri-County.
Good night.
Good.
And farewell for now.